Hello, weary travelers, and welcome to the Come and Go Tavern. My name is Sheela Ornthalis, and I'll be your hostess this afternoon. Today's kitchen special is oatmeal and with a fruit bar. Not meaning, oatmeal and fruit bars, like oatmeal and fruit compressed into a bar shape, but like we have ready-made oatmeal that you can then add fruit to from a bar sort of scenario. Like got bowls of blueberries and mango and strawberries, and I think there were some apple chunks in there too. Maybe add a little bit of cinnamon to those, but I digress. It looks like Rebecca is currently available for a full service package, if you know what I mean. But if you see anything or anyone else on the menu that you're interested in, just let me know and we'll see what we can do. Today is part 8 of my Shadowrun Hong Kong playthrough. Like a fruit buffet, exactly, Kiwi, you get it. Oh, we should get in some kiwis for the next time we do that. Oh, that would be delicious. Hello, Osiris, welcome. We're just talking about the house special for today. Oh, it's been so long since I had a kiwi. We're in good apple growing country, but not very much good citrus fruit country. But I grew up around places that grew citrus fruit quite frequently, and so I miss citrus. I miss citrus so much. I should buy myself some orange juice I could do my errands tomorrow. Apparently you're being added to the special. Ooh la la. Actually, does kiwi count as citrus? Like, it's certainly a tropical fruit. I think I like put it in the citrus category because like it has that like tangy quality to the flavor of it. But I actually don't know if kiwis count as a citrus. I know they're not directly related to like lemons, limes, oranges. Nope, not a citrus. Okay, good to know. So, do you have to have citric acid to be a citrus fruit, or does it just have to be a derivative of like the citrine? Because I know lemons are themselves a derivative of citrines or citrons. I'm not sure. This is one of those areas where now I have created a rabbit hole for myself to go down later. Hang on a second, I need to make a note. And people wonder why I know so much stuff. It's because I say stuff and then I go, wait a minute, is that right? And then I have to go and look it up later and find out. All right, so I have I think it's a derivative of citrons. Yes. I think you're correct. It pairs. Huh? Okay, but at least like you can see where like I made the mistake with kiwis because of the flavor profile, right? Like. But pears? Oh, ends up he was like, oh. Well, that explains that. Not the first person I've ever heard of who is allergic to pears, though. Yeah. Okay, so let's recap what we did last time. Last time we spent most of the stream sniffing out the problems on Gobbet's old home, the kind of floating raft made out of like shipping containers. We got rid of the big problem, which was the shiny object. Literally capital S shiny, capital O object. So here's hoping that the other rat shamans who are out on the raft, will have a better time in the future. But now they've got a bunch of smaller problems to deal with, so we can't exactly help with those. We're just, well, we're Shadowrunners. We deal with the big thing right in front of us, So yeah, we'll be moving on to other character stories this time. Let's see, we're done with Raptors, we're done with Gobbets. I think we've still got another part to do for Isabel's. Then we've got the Samurai's story to still do, and then of course our story with our brother. Although I can't remember if he also has his own thing that we get to do with him. But in any case, as usual, today's session promises to include a bunch of character interactions, so I'll do my best to maintain voice work for it. But this game is quite the workout thanks to its large cast, so if I get If my voices shift a little bit, that's, forgive me for that. But also, as always, I will be available for comments, questions, and concerns about the tavern, as well as a regular old conversation, so don't be afraid to fill that chat with discussion. And without further ado, let's get over to the game, shall we? Okay, stream pedal is still being a little bit of a prick. Let's try that one more time. There it goes. I swear, every time I run an update, something breaks. Captain Jomo's speedboat carries you away from the sinking ship, now liberated from the tyranny of the Rat King once and for all. A shiny object rests with Malvina's bones at the bottom of Hong Hong. Gobbet stares back at the wreck as it recedes into the distance. Her expression is at once happy and sad. Isabel takes her hand, and together they turn. Aoi grows closer, going home. On the one hand, I love Gobbet. I want her to be a player romance. On the other hand, her and Isabel are so good together. Alright, let's see, we talked to her. Isabel doesn't have anything else to say right now. You don't update your OBS because it crashes and then doesn't even update. Ooh. So that sounds like you've got a... Oh? Yeah, like, for instance, I still have the Scufferdine turned off even though we're playing a low-impact game today, because of the fact that I wanted to make sure that we weren't going to get any more crashes. But what you may need to do is download a full installer for OBS and update from that instead. I've had to do that a couple of times where I was far enough out of date that the regular update was just busted. The Renraku's shop is ripe with the stench of old metalworking. He turns to face you, a burning cigarette clenched between his teeth.
Sorry about the smell. It's been a while since I did Raktor's voice. Let's see, I put him right around here. Sorry about the smell. It's long past time to purge the coolant sample.
He frowns.
If I had access to proper equipment, this would not be a problem. Could clean the fluid and reuse it, but alas, halogen treatment chambers are rather hard to come by, even in a place like Hawaii.
He shakes his head as if to clear.
Anyway, my friend, didn't come here to discuss the ins and outs of shop maintenance, I'm sure. So, what brings you here?
I've been thinking about what we talked about last time. Mind if I ask you a few questions? He tilts his head in acquiescence.
Be my guest. I have no secrets to keep.
About the drone self-repair system that you and... How did it work?
There were 3 distinct elements to my approach. Elements are all working in concert. Prototypes that utilize the process displayed remarkable self-repair capabilities. This may be a lengthy explanation. I can skim over it if you please, or I can break it down for you if you're genuinely interested.
Give me the long version. I want to know how this process of yours works. I'm a rigger myself. He shifts his cigarette to the corner of his mouth.
Very well. The long version it is. The first element of my process, you see, is the outer skin that the drone could be wrapped in. A refinement of all the biomimetic self-healing materials, modeled to emulate the self-repair capabilities of living beings. Imagine a polymer composite interlaced with microtubules, capillaries, if you will. These vessels are capable of delivering bonding agents to the site of a wound as it occurs, thus healing it.
I've heard of smart materials that operate on a similar principle. They've been around for decades, haven't they?
Yes, though they remained uncommon until recently. As I said, my material was a refinement of those earlier designs. It was also only the first part of a system. The synergy between the three was what made the project work. The second element involved the underlying structure of the drone's architecture. The servos, gears, circuits, etc. Utilizing self-assembling materials and redundant systems, I created a system by which the damaged components could be fabricated and replaced by the drone itself, without any need for human interference.
Alright, so you have a self-healing skin and a self-replacing underlying structure. What's the third part?
Finally, the system had a magical component.
The corner of his mouth dips downward.
I must confess a certain degree of ignorance when it comes to this portion of the project. I understand some of the theory behind what was done, but the specifics are beyond me.
Tell me what you do know then.
In layman's terms, a magical element was necessary to render the system self-perpetuating. Obviously, no purely mechanical system can repair itself indefinitely. The synthetic skin becomes more brittle with every wound that it heals, and the automated process, the assembly components, will eventually run out of materials to work with. A rule, fighting against entropy is a losing proposition. But with magic, we can rewrite the rules, weaken the grasp of those entropic forces to the point that they are rendered negligible. Think of magic as the lubrication that keeps the gears turning. I wish that it wasn't necessary, but I am also a realist, and I must confess that it is required for the system to work.
And this is the technology that we recovered on the Ares run?
Yes, that's right. My thanks to you again, my friend. I am in your eternal debt.
What do you think that a post-human future would mean?
Freedom.
He takes a long drag on his cigarette, sucking the smoke deep into his lungs. When he speaks, it erupts from his mouth in a plume.
The ultimate. Direct our own progress. To steer ourselves as a people, whatever direction we wish. Consider, my friend, every aspect of crochet was tailor-made for a purpose. Dreamed out, designed, and built by a singular guiding intent.
Alright, going.
Now think of the circumstances surrounding your birth, and the building blocks that shaped you into the woman you are today. Your mother and father exchanged fluids, sloppily, no doubt, and with all the mindless abandon that such biological imperatives entail.
That might have been the ugliest description of sex I've ever heard.
Ugly, perhaps, but accurate. Sexual intercourse is an inarticulate process, a messy delivery system for genetic material spurred on by hormones and base urges. Any attempt to guide the process on a societal level gets branded eugenics and decried as monstrous, for obvious reasons. But I digress. The point I was making was that the forces that shaped you, and me, and anyone else you care to mention, were ultimately mindless ones. Blind, manipulative, biological drives that led a sperm and an egg to collide. Add in a roll of the dice and a dash of Mendelian genetics, and here you are. The natural processes of evolution and sexual selection guide the development of our species through trial and error. Throw a few billion darts at the wall and see what sticks. In the future that I foresee, the process will be reined in, guided by our own controls. To co-opt an antiquated phrase, the myth of intelligent design will become a reality, and we will be our own gods, shaping ourselves as we see fit.
So, biological evolution is full of choice, though, Rack. We choose who we mate with. That choice helps to determine the traits that our offspring will inherit.
Very true, but the pool of possible traits that biological reproduction can select for is small. If I wanted to produce offspring with gill slits instead of lungs, I would be out of luck. In a post-human future, I would face no such limitations, nor would anybody. We would no longer be slaves to the selective processes that have dictated our development since time immemorial. We would truly become the masters of our own fate.
Let's say that you're right. At what point do we cease being human and become something else instead? Vector shrugs.
Whenever we choose to define ourselves in that way. Humanity is an intrinsically human concept. If we decide to rebrand ourselves as a different species, well, that is our decision to make. Strongly suspect that nobody else would care.
There are other forms of intelligent life out there, Vector. Dragons, for example. They might care. No, that doesn't feel right. Because that doesn't fit his mindset. So, tell me, what do you want? What's the end game that you envision for us in this grand post-human future? Koshei raises itself up on its legs, stretching so that Vector can caress its chassis. The motion is alarmingly fluid, more like a living thing than a machine. Vector traces his fingertips over the drone's shell, his eyes focused on an imaginary point on the horizon.
We have placed such unnecessary limitations on ourselves, my friend. It fills my heart with sorrow to know what we could be, or not. See those limits stripped away, peeled back and discarded for the betterment of all. In the future that I foresee, we will open our eyes to the possibilities that surround us. Bodies reshaped to thrive in the deep ocean and the depths of space. Bodies inspired by nature or the human imagination, or both. Bodies that can be used and shared and used again, inhabited as the wearers see fit. The timely realization of such a future is what drives me forward. It is the cause to which I have devoted my life, and, thankfully, is inevitable.
He tips his cigarette, sending ash spilling on.
Assuming, of course, that we don't destroy ourselves first.
There's currently a hard limit on the fusion of man and machine. Doesn't your vision of the future require us to get past that?
Speaking of the essence limit, the problems associated with essence loss.
He releases a plume of smoke from the corner of his...
Yes, of course it will be a problem, but as with all problems, a workaround will present itself. Of this I am certain.
Are you basing that on anything, or are you just taking it on faith? He smirks at you.
No, my friend, I am not taking it on faith. My beliefs are rooted in my own observations and experiences. For the time being, let us leave the matter at that.
So, in this post-human future, what are you trying to bring about? What role would a drone like Koshei play?
A similar one to the role that he plays now, I imagine. It was designed for a purpose, after all. That said, I can see the techniques that went into his design and fabrication having much broader ranging applications.
You're pretty attached to that drone, aren't you? You've even assigned it a gender. You keep calling it him.
Yes, of course. Koshei is very close to me.
As if on cue, the drone scuttles forward, hardened tips of its claws screeching across the metal floor of the shop. It comes up short just in front of you, strange mechanical chitter rising from its chassis.
You might accuse me of anthropomorphizing my little companion, assigning human characteristics to him where in fact there are none. Truth be told, there is much more to Koshei than meets the eye, but that is a different conversation. Best suited to be held for time.
If that's what you want. He nods.
Please. I have work to do. I am sure that you can find better uses for your time than listening to me prattle on.
He gestures toward the hat ceiling.
And with that, I'm afraid that I must ask you to show yourself out. and continue our talk at a later time.
Right, Rector. We'll talk later. He turns away.
Good night.
You know, speaking of characters that they could have pulled the punches with, but I'm glad that they didn't, Ractor is another one of those. Because his personality threads a very, very fine line. Because from a certain angle, the things that he believes in could be eugenics, and he even acknowledged that in that previous conversation. But knowing what I know about him, that concept of things like racism and classism and sexism, all of those isms are incompatible with his worldview. Like, he understands that what he wants has been co-opted by very, very bad actors in the past, but still believes that giving people the ability to marshal their own future, both physically and spiritually and progenitively, is a valuable step forward. And certainly from a theoretical perspective, I understand where he's coming from. It's just a shame that so many isms stop that from being accomplishable in a positive way. Oh well. Hey there, Gaichu. You have anything to say? No, it's just best to do his mission. I am waiting on a phone call at some point today, so if we get lucky, it'll come in during a break. But we'll see. Okay, now that you're done getting ready. Oh, thank you very much for the coin toss. I appreciate it. From Crafty Shoe to Madam, more notes. Madam, while I was blazing through my mom's journals, something struck me. We've spent so much time reading the city that we haven't thought to look at it. Paint a picture with the information we've been gathering. Also, your voice is dropping from time to time? Oh, jeepers. Alright, so I've bumped some words here and there. Fair enough. I know Crafty's is, like, I've dropped her to a very, kind of low whisper down here. So if that's the kind of thing that gets dropped, I fully understand why it's happening. So, I contacted a friend of mine. Right now I'm good. Okay, good. Riley, a Decker, and asked her to pull some data for me. The results were surprising, and for what it's worth, I think we're onto something. Riley dug up records of things like reported sleep disturbance, psychotic break, HKPF responses to cult activities, etc. She found that they all form a classic bullseye heat pattern around the city. She couldn't find any data from within the city itself, but the outside data was still enough to establish the pattern inside the slum. This has got to be more than a coincidence. It's too unnatural to be. I don't know what it means yet. I've got my nose to the bone. I'll let you know when I've... Oh, one other thing. Last email. One with my mother's... I went ahead and reread it. Source text. I was able to pull something else from her list. This isn't much, but it seems to be pretty consistent across her ramble. I'm reading it right. It's kind of like a set of rules. Namaki. It's surprisingly bureaucratic if you're reading it right. The most interesting tidbit is this. There's something about the kings being unable to back down and heal. It's like if they give an inch, they forfeit everything. From what I'm reading, the Yama Kings have their own code of laws. They don't have to follow them unless you know how to call them on it. Like, they can break the rules all the time, but if you can't cite chapter and verse in which rule they're breaking, it doesn't matter to them. Approach from a place of wisdom, though, and you can bind them with their own laws. Anyway, this is all really arcane stuff, and I think there might be something here. I can't vouch for any of it, honestly. I can't vouch for it, obviously. But when you take a step back, it all sounds like crazy talk. One thing I can tell, certain, my mother believed it was true. If anything else comes up, you'll be the first to know. Crafty. Bao Jianjun. To Madam. Problem solved. Since you could not handle this simple task, I have done so myself. Your performance is disappointing. Huh? Did I miss a mission because I didn't do it and instead did like the friend thing? Well, that fucking sucks. That certainly seems to be what was implied there. Explosions in Eastern District? What's up with all the explosions rocking the Eastern District? My walls were just shaking. Say what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8? Word has it that Shiawase has a secret lab tucked in an old industrial building here. I'm guessing the rumor's true. Mistress Tiny. Correction, I think Shiawase had a lab out here. Sandwiches are sexy. Really stinking where I'm at. It's a cross between sulfur and, weirdly, new car smell. I wonder what they were doing. You put on your gas mask for good measure, man. Mistress Tiny. Decker looking for a team. Experienced Decker looking for team to run with. Potential for a longer-term arrangement. I've taken over the business interests of a team of runners, running basic heists and the occasional transport gig. I'm in contact with a reliable fixer and working with the old team's long list of happy clients. Requirements. You must not take experimental stims during runs. You must not tamper with chemicals in secret labs. You must know how to properly operate a moped. You must listen to your Decker when your Decker says, I don't have control of that turret yet. You must have a good sense of humor. Optional. Shinzen Joe. Hey, what happened to give me some Nuyen 888? I recognize this ad, it's his boilerplate. The CMO is always looking for a new Decker. What the hell happened? Blinky Gotcha 23. You see that fourth item on the requirements list? Shinzen Joe. Oh shit, that's nuts. Are all of them gone? Muffin Top Ninja? Captain Scone? Blinky Gotcha. All of them. Even Explodey Sue. I hardly got to know them, but they were good people. What a terrible loss. You had no idea who you were running the shadows with, huh? Explodey was a great war hero, tough as nails. Could have tripped the scales for Taiwan if she hadn't knocked herself out with the force of her own mana at a crucial moment. No shit. Oh, it gets better. Muffin Top Ninja was one of the most revered martial arts masters in the JIS until his health began. He was well known for his self-deprecating humor, and Gimme Some Nuyen 888 was a great philanthropist. Every credit he earned, he poured back into help the indigent population of the walled city right. And Captain Scone? I kind of chuckled at his name, but now I'm thinking there's more to it. I'll say, he was a Scottish separatist who campaigned tirelessly for the restoration of his home country. When his activism drew too many enemies, he fled and became a pillar of the Scottish expat community in Hong Kong. As for his name, think Stone of Scone. These amazing people just couldn't catch a break. Yes. R.I.P. I'm mortified. Wish I'd gotten to know them better. Gotten that turret down faster. Seems like you knew them very well then. Suppose so. I'm a Decker who responded to one of their very first ads. My gut said not to join them, but we developed a lot of mutual respect over the years. I never thought I'd live to see one of their Deckers live. Well, although it would make 2 Deckers, suppose you'd like to team up? I don't think so, no. Let's see. Alright, we don't have any new pay data, so I guess that's that. Well, that's sad that I missed out on a mission. Didn't realize some of these had time limits on them. It's disappointing. Transit to high-tech attack to board a chartered bus to DECCON. Go ahead and do that. We haven't gotten to do a mission with Isabel in a while. Wait, do we only get to bring 2 people this time? Oh. Alright, well, let's bring all the...
Take care of children and the elderly.
As much as I want to bring Raptor... Alright.
Be a safe escalator user. Hold the handrail and take care of children and the elderly.
Alright, you know what? I feel like Gobbet would be a bad like, I want to bring Gobbet because of how the relationship works with them. But I feel like she would be a bad choice for this, as would Gaichu. So we're down to Raptor and Duncan. I feel, okay, Raptor feels like the best option. If only just because, like, we're all tech head. I have upgrades to do. Holy shit. Not that I thought about it. Gobbet gains a conjuring spell, which sets 4 heavy barriers that last 3 rounds. Gobbet now carries a devil rat fetish in her standard. Yeah? Bright light systems, cyber eye. Energy flash bulbs hidden in a cyber eye, capable of opponent. 2. Users brought into a stunned state. They will be jolted awake with 1 AP. Ooh, yes please. Stunned is one of my least favorite. All auto fire no longer has a 1% penalty. Melee shock weapon. 4 HP and 2 AP damage per hit, but must be recharged every 2 hits. I think we're gonna go with lethal force because I don't tend to get. I choose metal stance, now provides a light cover bonus, prevent it's in the open. I choose exudes cloud diseased spores damaging by enemies.
And take care of children and the elderly.
It's pretty tempting. Oh, hello?
Someone's flirting with Dad again.
Oh, jeez. Okay, are they just, like, flirting because he's on stage, or are they, like, flirting?
Well, he sent me to get you.
Good point. I'll be there in just a second. As much as I would like to go with the ghoul option, like, gas grenades and similar effects have always worked out poorly for me. All of Koshi's firearm systems now pierce up to 2 armor. Raptor's drone, Koshi gains clawed feet. This causes all attacks with melee systems. But bleed targets for 2 damage per round for 2 rounds. It's pretty
Be a safe
tough.
escalator user. Hold the handrail and take care of children and the elderly.
We're gonna go with the Mangler in this case. So everybody chosen at 5. Isabel, obviously. Okay, and we'll get started on this mission when we get back from this break. So everyone stand up, stretch, refresh your refreshments, and I'll see you all on the other side of the 5. Okay, so who is it causing problems today? this show on the road. A chartered bus carries you from Kai Tak to a mid-range hotel in Swin. All around you, the happy chatter of your fellow passengers fills your ears. You hear tech speak in a variety of languages and dialects. Actually, hang on this a bit. You hear tech speak in a variety of languages and dialects, talk about new lines of drones and decks, arguments over innovations in data jack technology, and baseless speculation about the next season of Urban Brawl. Your guest badge, a glossy slip of laminated paper emblazoned with a flashy logo, hangs on a lanyard around your neck. Your ticket into the convention hall, and the only disguise that you should need. The bus drops you in front of the Harbor Spires Hotel, and you promptly circle around back to find a service entry. Isabel should be waiting for you inside. All right. The service entrance to the Harbor Spires Hotel is like any other. Scuffed walls coated in chipped paint. Floor of well-worn hardwood. A time card reader, hanging from the wall at a slight tilt. Nothing about the dingy, utilitarian confines of the room hints the elegance and fine decor of the hotel beyond.
I have always been fascinated by seeing how things worked. Even as a child, I took apart everything that I could put in the name of study. Here we are, the innards of a fancy hotel, examining the viscera of the place, if you will.
Your earpiece crackles to life. Isabel calling from the women's lavatory. Let's see, I put my voice down here. Madam? A burst of static fills your ear, obliterating Isabel's voice. A second later, she cuts back in. You in position? I'm here, yeah. You're kind of breaking up, though. Yeah, I know. More white noise. Connection is crap. The comms keep cutting out. This doesn't bode well. Aren't you going to be giving us instructions over the call? Yeah, hang on a sec. We'll try and boost our signal strength. The sound cuts out entirely for a good 5 seconds. When Isabel's voice comes back, it's half again as loud as it was before. Here, that's better. What a pain in the ass this is. There's too much interference coming from the show floor. We aren't going to be able to rely on our complex for this. I'll find us a workaround. Hope you do it fast. This entire plan hinges on our being able to communicate. Like I said, I'll find a workaround. For now, let's concentrate on the task at hand. The catering staff should all be in the kitchen, pulling trays, steamed clams and aperitifs out of the convention floor. I'm gonna need you to find a way to get me one of the forms. One that'll fit someone my size. Alright, find a dwarf-sized catering uniform. Check. I'm on it. Good. Oh, and madam, we aren't going loud yet. Whatever you do, don't start shooting. Can't afford to sit in the rhombus running before we can corner. Right, no shooting until we have rhombus. Got it. Honestly, if we can do this entire mission quietly, I would love to. This panel controls simple building maintenance and safety features, while the panel's admin-level user interface has been locked away behind a biometric fingerprint scanner or reader. A skilled decker could easily bypass such a restriction. Yeah, stealth for the win, exactly. Like, am I decked out for violence? Yes, obviously, but if I can avoid it, I will. Let's take a look. Manifest logs. Long, millions. And sprinklers went off again. The entire kitchen was flooded and Chef Bun quit. Going to have to go with third-party caterers for the big event this weekend. Because we sure as hell can't steam a few thousand clams without kitchen staff. That was a fun sound effect. Let's send a drone. We'll go with a wall. Secret little room. Mind if I do? Thank you very much. Hello, Weather. How are you doing today? You know, I should have seen that coming. Good hydration. Did some shopping with your mom for ramen stuff. Ooh. The Harbor Spire's kitchen is a whirlwind of activity. Attractive 20-somethings in white catering uniforms dash in and out of the room, arms laden with heaping trays of steaming shellfish. I also bought bubble blowing things. I thought Q would like them, but she doesn't. But you feel happy now. Oh, that's good. You know, it might be the soap that you got is a little bit too strong, because that's really what bubble blowing stuff is. And I know that certain cats don't like the scent of soap, you know? One man stands still amidst the chaos, the eye of the storm. His white coat is at least half again whiter than those of his subordinates, and his collar is starched as stiff as a board. The floor manager notices you, and his eyes narrow. He stalks toward you, practically frothing at the mouth. You can't help but notice the embroidered corporate logo on his lapel. Pastry, magic, and more. Fine catering. The image is completed by a stylized rendering of what appears to be a frolicking kitten standing astride a pair of shooting stars. You! What are you doing in my kitchen? He glances at your chest, sees the visitor badge hanging from the lanyard. Isabel dangling right. Convention goers are not allowed beyond the show floor. I'm so sorry. I must have gotten turned around. Do you know where the Shiawaske kiosk is? No, I don't know where your damned kiosk is. Go ask on the show floor. I smelled clams. Are you stealing clams back here? Growls in exasperation. Yes, idiot. Yes, we are. And if you want some, you're going to have to wait on the show floor with everyone else. Now get out. Go! We have work to do here. Alright, very well. I'm getting. Oh, this is a pretty cool little place. Well, I shouldn't say little, it's a pretty big, cool, big place. Little for the kinds of conventions that I've been to. I've gotten lost, says the decker with 2 combat drones. Hey, to be fair, I'm a rigger, not a decker. And this is literally a convention for riggers and deckers, so, you know. You enter the women's restroom to find Isabel waiting impatiently for you. Guest badge dangles from its lanyard at an angle, and the clumped ropes of her hair look frazzled. At the sight of you, she steps forward. We're here, good. I was getting tired of hanging out in the ladies' room. You have the uniform? There you go. Good. She has the embroidery of the logo, nodding. This'll work. Alright, I'm gonna change into this thing and hide the employees only other side of the convention hall. They'll let me in, even without the badge. Just figure out some rich guy wants a drink. Where's the VIP area? on the other side of the convention floor. I'll have to cross the show floor to do it. It should be safe enough. Nobody pays attention to the catering staff at these sorts of things. So, I'll make my way across, pass through the door, the elevator up to the 8th admin wing on the 6th floor. All that you need to do is take your position, by your instructions without raising an alarm. Pretty simple stuff. Should be foolproof, assuming that you don't screw anything. Do you have any questions? Well, have you figured out what you're going to do about the spotty comlink connection? Yes. There's a demo kiosk near the VIP entrance. It's running some new Matrix Avatar editing suite or something like that. Software is called Perfect Persona. When I get to the admin area, patch myself into the Persona console. We're going to communicate through that. It isn't a perfect solution. It beats having to deal with a dropped connection. It's always so funny to hear that pronunciation of kiosk. Would it be kiosk? Or kiosk? Just be sure to grab the closer to kiosk. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. That's an effect of English being a bastard language. Polish people can pronounce it as kiosk. Did I miss something somewhere? Interesting. No? Oh, okay, just more smoothly. Okay, gotcha. Don't let anyone else get to it. Right, what am I supposed to do on the show floor then? Meet by the VIP area door. I identify Rhombus. I'll apprehend him and tell him that he's the lucky winner of a complimentary VIP upgrade. Escort him through the VIP doors into a room I'll have empty and waiting. Then we'll get all the software from him together, beat him up, and stash him in a closet. What should I do between when you leave and when you get in position? Hold the show floor. Bingo! Try to look like you belong here. Just try not to say or do anything that will stand out in a bad way. There's supposed to be a hot new decker in town. Try to act the part. Right, no more questions then. Let's hit it. Alright, there she goes. Ooh, look at that drone over there. The orc behind the counter looks up from his sales sheets. He wearily recites what sounds like a rehearsed route welcome. Welcome to Mr. Lynn's Big Time Data Shack. Special show prices for this event only. Feel free to browse. Yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and look through your inventory then. Ooh, Killjoy doesn't. There could be nice. Alright, thank you very much. These deckers look different from many of the others on the shelf. As you approach, you can see the quiet confidence in their postures and the steel in their eyes. Unlike their peers, these are professionals, Shadowrunners. The most vocal of the three, a female orc with an obvious cyber eye, addresses you. Maybe you could help settle this. My colleagues and I have a difference of opinion on the relative merits of mid-range cyber decks. Would you agree that the Fuji Virtua X is the best mid-range deck in its class?
You always do this, Harridan. You word your questions to lead strangers to giving the answers that you prefer. Now, community consensus is that the Virtual X is just an overpriced rehash of the Cyber 6 in a nicer looking case.
Oh, shut up, Bierce. Her voice is surprisingly... Oh, shut up, Bierce. Her voice is surprisingly deep and brassy. You're doing the same thing. Besides, everyone knows that Fucci is going down the tubes. Villiers is pulling assets out of the company and transferring them to his other holdings as fast as he can get away with it. So if Fucci is collapsing in on itself and Fairlight doesn't do mid-range machines, then Allegiance is obviously primed to... York sighs. Novahat here is Allegiance's #1 superfan, in case you couldn't tell. Never mind the fact that their only current project, the Alpha, is woefully lackluster next to the competition. We've been going around and around on this for hours. What do you think? Which deck is going to be the best in class at the mid-range price point in 57? Ooh, I don't have high enough charisma. Oh, that's such a sad thing. I don't do a lot of research about store-bought decks, sorry. I prefer to build my own. I stare at you. A long moment passes. Finally, Bierce begins to snicker. That's funny. You're a DIYer, huh? So you're telling me that you can cobble together a better deck than a Fucci? Or hell, an Allegiance by yourself? I didn't say better. I said I could build my own decks. I just don't have a stake in corporate pissing matches. I can respect that, I guess. But if you ever want to be competitive, you're gonna have to get past your whole home-built cyber deck phase. How are you enjoying the con so far, then? Bierce shrugs. That's what it always is. Bad food, a lot of antisocial people, and overpriced vendor kiosks. By the end of the weekend, I'm probably going to have measles and or the flu. To be perfectly honest, I don't even remember why we all fly out here every year. Bierce, we come out here because you start getting excited about the show months in advance every year. You left me 15 voice messages just to make sure that I remembered to book the hotel room. Well, that's because I remember what happened in 52. I do enough sleeping in the street back home. I don't need to do it when I'm on vacation, too. How many times do I have to apologize for that? I'll let you know when you can stop. Oh, where are you from then? Macau. I've got a house in Indonesia. Spend most of my time in Seattle, though. I'm from Phnom Penh, but I do a lot of work here in Hong Kong. Alright, gotta go then. Alright. She waves. See you around the show floor. An elderly decal with nickel-plated data jack turns to face you smiling.
Ah, ain't this a hell of a thing. Lovely show, lovely show.
He nods eagerly, rubbing his hands.
Lots and lots of shiny toys.
Are you here to see anything specific?
Got my eyes on a couple of things this year. Gonna check out the Fairlight booth, of course, and Fucci's doing some interesting things with miniaturization.
He shakes his hand ruefully.
You know, when I was just getting started, we're taking an entire warehouse full of machines to match the computing power of the PDA on your wrist. Now, scratch that. They wouldn't have come close.
Well, technology's come a long way.
Sure has.
He shakes his head, grinning.
Sure has. Anyway, I've taken up plenty of your time already. I'm sure you got exhibits to see, unless you wanted something else.
Madam, and you are? He grabs your preferred hand and shakes it vigorously.
Call me Turtle. Been doing DECCON for damn near 20 years now, and it's never looked half as nice as it does now.
Really?
Yeah, show's really gotten big in the past couple of years.
He gestures at the Fairlight booth off in the distance.
Lots of corporate money flowing into this thing these days.
Objection, leading the witness. Exactly. The old Decker lowers his voice into a conspiratorial whisper.
I've heard that the guy who first organized the show sold out to some big promoter. Took home a 6-digit paycheck. Lots of young guys have been bitching and moaning all over the Shadowland about that, but not me. Been around long enough to know the score. Somebody offers you that kind of money, you take it.
Where'd you get your handle from? Turtle is a funny name for a Decker.
An old piece of software. Something that went off obsolete well before your time.
He grins.
I guess I'm showing my age. But something about that little cluster of pixels always made me happy.
Alright, Turtle. I've got to keep moving, but I hope you enjoy the show. He waves at you.
Bye then.
The newest iteration of Shiwase's Sculpt It, IT system authoring software. Well, I guess that was Sculpt IT. A working model of Fuchi's new Cyber 7 Slim, a retooled Cyber 7 with a thinner razor form factor and a burnished something. Display devoted to a third-party cooling system for terminals and cyber decks. The comlink crackles to life with an ear-splitting hiss. Isabel. Okay, jumped into the admin computer primitive. I can work with it. Are you in position yet? No, not yet. Full waiting position near the VIP entrance. And use the kiosk. Remember, perfect persona. Yep, use it to talk to you. Copy that. While you're getting there, start working on getting you access to the VIP rooms and locating bonus. Line goes dead. Got it. I'll signal when ready. There's no response. Whether Isabel could hear you or not remains a mystery.
If there's any more exploring you'd like to do out here on the shore floor, let's do it now, before we use the kiosk. I doubt that we'll get the opportunity to afterward.
We'll look around a bit more before we hit the kiosk. Isabel's gonna be angry. Because we're not going straight where she told us to. A hot noodle dispenser, complete with extruder settings for ramen, ramyun, juxing, and something else. The dwarf doesn't have any obvious headwear, but his hands are lined with artfully designed induction pads. He looks up from his place in the noodle line and gives you a nod.
Line starts back there.
He gestures toward the back of the line.
Better make take your place now if you want to get in on this. Food court gets busy around this time of day.
I wanted to compliment you on your cyber hands, actually. That's nice work.
Thanks, they're custom.
Lifts his right hand to the light. The honeycomb structure of the induction pad's circuitry glints under the smooth plastic of its surface.
It's surprisingly hard to find induction pads that aren't hidden under synthetic skin. They are a work of art. Who designed them for you? I know a guy out Neo Tokyo way. Works at one of Renraku's Chiba clinics. Got him to make the things for me. Cost an arm and a leg. Well, both arms and no legs if you want to get technical about it, but it was worth it.
What's worth ordering from the vending machines, anyway? He chuckles.
Nothing. But getting a bowl from the noodle extruder is a DECCON tradition. You just do it whether you want to or not.
But isn't the show catered? Why even bother with the vending machines?
Tradition, like I said. Convention is under new management this year, and they're trying to go all upscale on us. We're trying to show them that we don't need all of that. Give me a cheap bowl of extruded noodles, and I'm a happy man. I don't need an underpaid teenager in a clown suit to bring me clams and call me sir.
Well, wait a minute then. Don't the show organizers own the vending machines too?
Yeah, and the irony isn't lost on me.
He lowers his voice.
Political statement aside, I do want my noodles. They're terrible, but they're the right kind of terrible. Like synthetic cheese and background chicken. They're science food. I love them.
Standard 3 pads hanging on a lanyard embroidered with the Shiwase logo. Name on the badge is Grimson. Alright. Well, I've got to run, but it's been good talking to you.
Yeah, you too.
Right. Let's take a look around. As you approach the corner of the convention floor, you find a brightly lit entrance. There are signs at the wall pointing toward Simpson's parlor, decking area. As you draw closer, a convention staffer in a bland uniform steps towards you. Sorry to say it, but we're a bit crammed right now. If you hang on tight, we'll be able to squeeze you in soon. There's maybe a half-hour wait. Please. Places like this never run at full capacity. You're keeping a few VIP slots in the back, right? We're full up. I don't know how else to say it. You need to wait like everyone else. Stay cool and we'll get you in as soon as possible. Alright, I'm going. Enjoy the show. A rack of high-capacity stick memory devices. Patent pending. Oh, right. This is before solid-state memory was really a thing. In the real world. I should say this game was made before solid-state memory was really a thing in the real world. Fucking wild when IRL technology outpaces the fantastical cyberpunk future technology. A pot-bellied troll with 2 days' worth of mangy stubble smiles and turns to face you. The chrome on his data jack shimmers wetly in the light, but his cyberdeck is conspicuously absent. Hey, what's going on? His badge hangs low on his lanyard. You catch a glimpse of the decking handle. Headspace. Strange to see someone in a deck con without a cyberdeck. He snickers. I could say the same about you. Where's your deck, woman? I left it in my hotel room. Bad place for you to do it. This entire show is a pissing contest, in case you didn't know. Walking around without a deck is like, well, use your imagination.
So then, where's your deck? You didn't give us an answer.
He taps his head with a smile. Right up here. I've got the next generation of decking technology, cranial cyberdeck. He continues without waiting for a response. It's the apex of a modern decking technology. Miniaturized, compact, easy to sneak into the most sensitive of locations. I don't need to lug a great big external deck around with me anymore. It's a night and day difference between this and my old Fairlight Excalibur friend. Night and day. How are you enjoying the con? It's great. I've gotten to tell a lot of people about my new deck. You know, spreading the word, educating folks. Feels good to save my fellow deckers from wasting their money on old external decks. I guess you could call me a cranial deck evangelist. He nods his head eagerly, desperation in his eyes. Well, just between you and me, you're coming on a little strong. You might want to back off a little. He scoffs at you, turns away. Like you know anything. Alright, bud. I'm just saying. This terminal is running a demo of As Technology's new format something cyberdeck. The man staring at the As Technology demo station looks strangely out of place at a Decker convention. He isn't carrying a cyberdeck, and you can't see any signs of cyberware on his person. Not even a data jack. He looks up from the kiosk, blinking. Oh, did you want to use this? Am I in your way? He sounds preoccupied. He shifts his body, and his movements are unnaturally smooth and graceful. As he moves, you can see that the kiosk's screen is flickering. Apparently, the demo software has glitched out. Oh, I know what this guy is. This is a technomancer. No, that's alright. It looks broken anyway. Oh, I wish that we had Gobbet with us. He glances down at the screen. Oh, yeah, I guess that it's not supposed to do that. I wasn't really paying attention. He clears his throat. So, you're not here for the kiosk. Was there something else you needed? Badge hanging from his lanyard is a cheap day pass. Only good until the show floor closes tonight. The name field says Gamgee in block letters. You aren't a Decker, are you? His demeanor changes, goes from tired to suspicious. Why do you say that? Because I don't see any chrome on you. Or a cyberdeck for that matter. He sighs. Yeah, I guess it's probably a dead giveaway, isn't it? You're right. I'm not a Decker, but I'm enjoying the show, so if you wouldn't mind. What is it that you're here to enjoy then? He sighs. Look, I'm here to relax and get off the streets. They've got free clams and free wine. And everybody but you seems happy to keep to themselves, so just leave me in peace, okay? Oh, I wish I had this etiquette! Oh my gods! You here for the clams? Really? He tenses up, clearly irritated. Yes, I love clams, okay? Clams, mussels, oysters. If it's a bivalve, I want to eat it. Butter and lemon are my best friends, and right at this moment, I'd kill a man for a wine in a plastic cup. Is that okay with you? Knock yourself out, buddy. Thank you. Now please, go do your thing and let me enjoy the show in peace. Oh, that's such a fun little thing that they have kind of pointed to at the side. This is 2056, so necromancers are just beginning to be a thing, if I recall correctly. And let me look something up. Alright, so he's not a full-blown technomancer. At this point in time, he would probably be referred to as an otaku. But that's a whole, there's a whole history of when one became the other and all that sort of stuff. Very cool. Something here. Judging by the patches sewn into this bomber jacket, the Alpha's from the NAN, Council Island to be specific. A forested chunk of rock in the middle of Lake Washington that was called Mercer Island until the Native American nations reclaimed it. He doesn't look Amerindian, though. If anything, he looks Chinese in descent. Though his mask makes it hard to tell. By the way, Sheela, to which day you got in at Demon Schoolio? I don't remember the exact day. I think we're in the back half of week 2. So we're very, very close to the end. But we're not there yet. We've still got 2, maybe 3 more sessions if I had to take a guess. He turns to face you at your approach. His features are mostly hidden. You're in week 2 Friday evening, so I think you're slightly ahead of me. You see that he's sporting a high steel collar and spiky hair. His cheeks are high-boned and hollow. Hey, you want something from me? What's up? Just wanted to get to know my fellow congoers. You from Council Island? Yeah, what gave me away? He makes a point of showing off his jacket. The tribal insignias look strangely out of place here on the deck con floor. You from Seattle? The Redmond Barrens, actually. No, Drek? Wow. That place is fragging intense, chummer. The Seattle shadow slang sounds incredibly awkward when delivered in Cantonese, but he doesn't seem to notice. I gotta say, Council Island is Nan territory and you don't look Amerindian, so what's up with that? I'm not Amerindian. I do live on Council Island, though. My dad is a diplomat from Tirnanog. We live on the island. Actually, they kind of treat us like kings there. But you look Chinese. Tirnanog is in Ireland, isn't it? He nods slowly. This might come as a shock to you, but there are Asian people in Ireland. I mean, we do exist there. As it happens, my father is related by marriage to a minor member of the Connaught family. That's one of the Tuatha De Danann, if you didn't know. You have heard of the Tuatha De Danann, right? I'm afraid not, no. Care to fill me in? They're the ruling families of Tirnanog, chummer. Like, they run the government there, which is how my dad got his government job. Do you, like, live under a rock or something? How do you not know this? Well, I mean, I grew up in Seattle and in the fucking slums, so... saying. Is there anything specific you're here to see? Yeah, I'm here to check out the 57 Fuji Cyberdecks. My 55 Cyber 7 is barely cutting it these days. I want to see what they're coming out with next year. And I've heard that they have a demo station. So, tell me, what's your favorite new ESP for incursions operations? I like Blasthammer, personally. Heard of it? It's open source, developed by the Southeast Asian decking community. There's a number on Blocker IC. Never heard of it. He snickers to himself. Really? It's only, the most popular freeware attack ESP in Southeast Asia. He's practically shouting. His face is lit up with maniacal glee. Calm down, man. I'm from Seattle, not Southeast Asia. Yeah? Well, you better get with it if you want to survive out here. He leers at you, his expression all smugness and superiority. I mean, I'm just saying. Alright, gotta go. Sorry. Yeah, see ya. The perfect persona kiosk flickers to life at your approach. A debug menu pops onto the screen, along with a text prompt in all caps. Madam, enter the following key code into this kiosk. Oh, that's a long-ass key code. That's... You tap the code into the kiosk's keyboard. A moment later, a series of 5 loud popping sounds rattle off in your earpiece. Isabel's voice fills your ear, crisper and cleaner than it was before. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me, madam? Yeah, I hear you. What was that? Command line code for the kiosk to connect to your comlink via the link. A hint of smugness creeps into her voice. This way, we can bypass using the comm signal entirely.
Clever.
No. As long as you remain within a couple feet of the kiosk, we shouldn't have any problems. Wander too far outside that range, you're gonna get static again. Got it. Alright. Now that we're all linked up, give me a second and I'll locate the rhombus. You hear the sound of rattling keystrokes, coupled with Isabel muttering under her breath. The line falls silent. The silence stretches. 10 seconds. 20. Then you hear Isabel explode. What the hell? Nobody has one. The fuck does Rhombus merit a VIP badge and I don't? Wait, so does that mean he's already in the VIP area? She rails into your earpiece, fuming. I'm twice the dicker that he is, and everybody knows it. What makes him a VIP when I'm not? Maybe he has friends in high places. She takes a moment to calm herself. You almost feel the heat of her anger radiating. Alright. I know which room he's staying in now. Another strange silence. Just need a few minutes to get your VIP upgrade. The line goes dead.
Girlfriend, what are you doing now? Shall we...
A series of clicks erupts in your ear, Renraku's sentence short. Your PDA begins blinking. You're receiving a video chat request. Alright, well I guess we answer the call. Isabel blossoms onto the screen. Along with a pair... Oh, hello?
Hey, Mom! I'm having trouble with that dance move you showed me earlier.
Sure thing, sweetie. Show me what you got.
Up, down, and...
Okay, I see where it's going wrong. Give me just a second. The line that connected her to the admin terminal hangs loose from its socket. I'm gonna ask you again, what the hell are you doing in here? Take your time and make sure you're telling the truth. I'll know if you don't. Hey, well... I was just looking for the person who ordered this coffee and, what, you were looking for him in the Matrix. And besides, you don't have any coffee, so try again. Isabel continues to sputter, eyes dart toward the screen, fixing on you. You can see the desperation in her face. Well, I need to, I'll come back to how we fix this problem after the break. Alright everybody, stand up, stretch, refresh your refreshments, and I will see you all on the other side of the 5. Alright, Lila. So, start with, okay, burrito, heels together and toes together for the beginning of this. Going to sweep right arm upwards, right foot outwards. Yes, indeed, a cliffhanger, Osiris. Alright, Isabel. Say what I say and you'll be fine. Say okay if you understand. Okay. Last chance. Start talking sense or spend the night with the HKPF. I just wanted to surprise my boyfriend. He works in this room. Well, I'm not saying... She catches herself, clenches her jaw. Just wanted to surprise my boyfriend. Apparently he works here. The guard glances at his counterpart. We don't have time for this. Just kick her out and be done with it. The guard in front of Isabel straightens. Probably right. She looks down on Isabel, hands on her hips. I'm gonna let you go with a warning this time, but only this once. If I catch you anywhere near this room again, I'm turning you over to the police. Got it? You're getting out of this easy, Isabel. Just go along with it. She clenches her jaw, looks up at the guard. Yes, sir. Good call. The line goes quiet as she moves out of the server room. Damn nightmare this has turned out to be. I'm sorry, madam. Wouldn't get you access to your VIP access. You got Rhombus's room number though, right? Yeah, and you were making tea. How'd you get out of it? Oh, I had her make an excuse about trying to meet her boyfriend in the server room. And embarrassed her in the meantime, but also, like, got her out of there safely. Yeah, I got it. No, that's... Yeah, I got it. I can take you right there. Only one problem. That VIP access, you can't open the door without sounding an alarm. Honestly, yeah, good plausible excuse. Now the picture on your PDA flickers worryingly. A moment later, Isabel's image returns to the screen. I can let you through from this side. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'll make my way down to you and open the door. I lost a bit of that. You're gonna have communication problems again. Maybe. A bit. I'm still using the kiosk to talk to you, but now that I'm not jacked in, I can't route messages to you directly anymore. Please, stay put. If you lose the kiosk, I'm gonna have a serious communication issue. Got it? Oh, and I may need your help. People up here now. In case you hadn't guessed, I'm not exactly the social kind of butterfly. If things go loud, really. Right, I've got this. I've got your back. You can do this. Executive and conference room 3. I'm gonna leave that. I didn't take shit. Oh, I love that this theme song is back again. Isabel's outline goes fuzzy the moment she sets foot in the elevator. A loud, rhythmic whooshing sound dominates the low end of your PDA speakers. It sounds a bit like the rotors of a helicopter. Heads up, Isabel, we're getting a lot of interference here. An elf in his mid-20s steps aside to let Isabel at the floor selector panel. He looks wired, jittery, stemmed to the gills most likely. There's no telling how long it's been since he's gotten a wink of sleep. Isabel punches the button on the ground floor.
Working the show, huh? That has to be hard.
The elf smiles down on Isabel, his expression affable.
I'd feel tempted to blow off work and go check out the kiosks. Maybe taking a panel or two.
Yeah, it's tough, alright. I wish I could just drop everything and explore. She starts in, repeating your words with forced sincerity. It's tough, alright. Wish that I could just drop. She falls silent. You can see her staring at the man's VIP badge. What's wrong, Isabel? Her eyes remain locked on the man's badge. K and Ding, huh? That's an interesting street name. Been dicking under it long?
A couple of years now.
He smiles.
Longer than anyone else to use the handle.
Don't know what you're doing. Careful. She heard you. She doesn't acknowledge it. I know. You're the one who shut down the Kowloon City power grid 6 months ago. He clears his throat.
Yeah, that was me. Let's just keep that between ourselves, though, right?
That little stump screwed over a lot of Deckers. Isabel says, her voice soft. You can detect a definite undertone of hostility.
A couple of them soaked up nasty hits of dump shock because of it.
You wrecked the grid. They were jacked into their machines.
My team was in a bind. They needed a power outage right then and there, or they were cooked. So I gave them one. But it was the best solution to a bad situation. Let's leave it at that.
An icy silence descends on the elevator car. A few seconds, Isabel pierces it. It's this Decker. She lived out in Hayway. Called herself Spinster. There's a good reason. Good person. She's in the ground. She never came back out of the coma. Just not put her. With a long pause. Slowly, Ding extends his hand toward the emergency. Isabel? Snap out of it is. We aren't here for this guy, and we can't afford to start shooting yet. She balls her hands into fists. You can read the tension in her body language. She's biting her tongue. Hello, Yokas! You've caught us at a very tense moment. And yeah, no, I get that. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's just two different regional spellings. That's all it is. I fully understand. But it is the double E. At least that's what I heard. I'm just a caterer. I'm not a decker myself. He stares down at Isabel. The smile has vanished from his face.
Yeah, sure you're not. You come to get me, haven't you? Take revenge for your friend? Other people put out a contract on me? Is that it?
Say, yes, I took the contract. I decided not to go through it. When the elevator stops, walk away. Don't look back. Abruptly, the connection cuts to static. Please, Isabel, don't be doing anything stupid right now. Static pops and hisses for 10 seconds. 20. Finally, the picture warbles back into view. Pain Ding is in mid-sentence, practically frothing with rage.
Did what I had to do. If you were in my position, you'd have done the same thing if you'd gotten them killed.
He's shouting. The sound of it reverberates in the cramped confines of the elevator car.
There was no third way out of that kind of scenario.
Isabel starts to respond. The anger is clear in her tone. I would not have... Isabel, stop. Listen to me.
What?
You're crazy.
You're crazy. An insane person. And when I get out of this elevator, I'm going to the hotel security office.
Apologize to him. Oh, well, that was a stupid thing to say, right? Okay, well, maybe I did make a bad choice. Okay, the last one feels like a non-starter, you know? The first one is a possible solution, but does also kind of show our hand a little bit in case anybody's listening in. The second one feels disingenuous. He has escalated things. Well, no, she might also have escalated things. Sadly, if your number one is the only one that'll work, yeah, like, it's really feeling like that's the option. You don't want to turn me in. My boss would be very unhappy. Work for kindly Cheng. The color drains from his face. He begins to stammer.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean...
Static. Comms have cut out again. This is getting old. As quickly as it went, the picture flickers back on the PDA's screen. Hyun Ding looks calmer now. The elevator is descending.
Remember what we discussed? You keep your cool. This turns out well for both of us. We live and let live. Understood? Yes. I didn't want any trouble from you in the first place. I'm just glad that it was all a misunderstanding. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'll be happy if this is the last time I ever save you.
The feeling is mutual. The car finally slides to a halt, and the elevator door slides open. But the decker doesn't get off. Enjoy the rest of the show. Now get a move on, Isabel. Well, that's fun. The hallway ahead is blocked by a trio of struggling bodies. The blackout drunk troll hangs slung between a pair of cursing security guards, one male, one female. As you watch, they struggle valiantly to drag her down the hallway. The troll's voice comes out in an inebriated roar.
Unhand me, you fool You fool
The elder of the two guards, a middle-aged man with a pompadour haircut, struggles with all his might to keep his prisoner's flailing arms constrained.
Don't let her go, Ho Yi. She has the strength of 10 men, Jesus.
Yes, sir. You recognize her as the guard who was standing by the employee entrance on the show floor. How she got roped into a troll hauling duty is anyone's guess.
Clear the hall.
The security captain locks eyes with Isabel, barks out an order. Just gonna say nothing.
You, dwarf girl, help me.
With an exaggerated motion, the troll swings her head towards Isabel. He hiccups mightily. The sound reverberates in her ears.
These dreckheads want me to leave because I'm a troll.
What's happening here?
None of your business. Not even hotel staff. Shouldn't be back here.
He hugs the troll's left arm to his chest with all of his strength, desperately trying to weigh her. She lifts his feet a few inches off the floor and slams him back down. Lets out an audible whimper.
Now clear the way and report to your manager. Quit fighting me, damn it! Before I talk to him for you.
The former door guard stares at Isabel. Recognition dawns on her face. Hey, I remember you. You said you had to meet some caterers up on 6. What are you doing down here? Oh, damn it. I wish I had... there's so many the kids. I was just checking to see if anyone down here wanted to drink. Just checking to see if anyone down here wanted to drink. You, mojito? You shouldn't hold still. Be here. Not even to offer drinks. Ignore these pigs. Help me. I'll take the runt on the left. You take the right. The troll bucks against the guard's grasp, nearly breaking away from them. He doubled down on their attempts to hold her. The hell, it's a waste of time. A schedule to keep. Her hand moves towards her weapon. What do you mean? What schedule? The catering schedule? Tell him the catering schedule. We're serving dessert in 15 minutes. Dessert schedule? Dish not pie in 15. Guard looks at her boss. Security Captain Strange courageously against his captive's flailing arm, oblivious to everything but his own struggle. Look, just hurry back to the kitchen and get out of our hair. She steps aside to let Isabel pass. Good job, Isabel. There's a brief pause, then she mutters a response under her breath. Mike barely picks it up. This is exhausting. No more improvisation for me. I'm done with this. From now on, I'm your parent. Just tell me what to say, and I'll say exactly that. That's the way you want to play it. Upon reaching the door, you feel a pair of eyes on you. Turning, you find the owner, a frazzled-looking dwarf with a wine-stained catering unit. Her crooked name tag is emblazoned with letters in bold print. Larissa. Hey. Couldn't help but overhear you back there. You need a uniform? Maybe. You offering one? Yes, but not for free. You do me a favor and this uniform is yours, says, tugging at the wet fabric. Tell me what you want me to do. There's a guy on the show floor, an elf, one of those deckers. Most of them are cool, but this one has been a prick to me most of the show. First, he hired me to chat him up. He tried to chat me up while I was out serving drinks. He wouldn't know for an answer. Creepy. Then, when he finally got the hint, he started trying to tip me, or to trip me. I managed to keep my footing the first 3 or 4 times, but he finally got me. Put his foot into the back of my knee and pushed. Hit the floor and took an entire tray of 5 million wine with me. Oh my god, they're serving $5 chuck. Now I'm drenched, the wine is coming out of my paycheck, and he's out there on the floor laughing about it. Why come to me? Why not get hotel security involved? I already tried that. He had some little friends that vouched for him. They all seemed to think that it was a hilarious joke, and the security camera feed was mysteriously corrupted. I don't have any proof of what. I don't know if the guy is racist or if he just has emotional problems or what. Maybe he just hates me because I'm a girl. But if you'll knock him or his ass out there, or knock him on his ass out there, this uniform is yours. I'm only getting your side of the story here. I'm gonna talk to this guy and see what he has to say. Yeah, you go do that. But do anything, you'll want to hit him yourself after, too. An impressive-looking man in a starched white coat blocks the hallway. He turns and you recognize the familiar pastry, magic, and more insignia on his lapel. He fixes his gaze on Isabel, The expression on his face is anything but happy.
What are you doing back here? We went over this in the staff meeting this morning. I'm the one who's covering this area. The VIPs are to be handled by managers only. You should be on the convention floor hall.
Oh, I'm sorry. They sent me back here, but I think it was a prank. Looks like she was telling the truth after. She's repeating everything you say verbatim.
And you fell for that. You had explicit, specific instructions to stay on the show floor.
No. Here.
Yeah, no shit. I don't recognize.
You've become dimly aware of a figure looming behind you in the convention.
New here? You must be joking, woman. You've been at that kiosk for 20 minutes now.
He leans in, gets in your face. You can taste the onions on his breath.
I said that it's time to get off the damn demo kiosk. Been hogging it for way too long, and there's a line here.
Oh, this is gonna go badly. Sorry, I'm still using it.
Using what? What are you talking about? You aren't even one of our employees, are you? I need to get security. I said that's enough. I've been following the devs on this software for months now, and I traveled 17 hours to try it out myself. You do not get to tell me that I flew here for nothing. Get the hell off the kiosk or I'm calling security.
Oh, okay. Okay, only one of these isn't an instant threat of violence. Be my guest. I work for the hotel's owner. The security team is going to take my word over yours.
Oh yeah? What do you do here exactly? Tell me why I have to wait on you. You work for the owner. So you're not a pastry magic employee?
He sounds skeptical. So then, why are you wearing one of our uniforms? I'm here to check up on the vendors here at the show. Tech vendors, the catering crew, all of it. Make sure that the reputation of our venue isn't tarnished.
Huh. Well, okay, I guess. Just try to make it quick, okay? I really want to get my hands on that software, and I'm not leaving until I do.
I'm here to check up on the vendors here at the show. Tech vendors, the catering, all of it. Make sure the reputation of our venue isn't tarnished.
Oh, like a secret shopper, that sort of thing.
He stares down at Isabel, a newfound respect on his face.
Well, I hope you tell your employers that Pastry Magic and More Catering went above and beyond the call of duty to respect your hotel and its rules.
Yeah, they will. Smoothly done, I think. In the convention hall, the decker that you were arguing with backs away to a respectable distance. The catering manager steps aside to let Isabel pass.
Got it.
Sweet to the sweets. That got a little hairy. Like, there were a couple of times where I feel like I almost made the wrong choice, simply because I was starting to get irritated as the player. That is part of the challenge. Hello, Rhombus. As you burst through the door, you find yourself standing face to face with a small, heavily tattooed man. Geometric shapes of all descriptions trace their way from his temples down his cheeks and neck to his shoulders. His eyes continue the motif. Each of his irises is a slanted rectangle. Neat. Rhombus looks at Isabel and sighs. If he's surprised to see her, he doesn't show it.
You finally want him back, huh? Memories that we locked away. Always knew you would one day. But you got so hostile after the procedure. Think you'd come around this soon.
Isabel glowers at him, her cheeks darkening. Get bent, Rhombus. I got hostile with you because you got hostile with me.
Like hell I did. Tried to give you some advice. As a friend. Memory serves, you called me a patronizing bastard and slagged my deck. Was I supposed to take that without punching back?
Hang on a second. Isabel cuts in, her normally small voice growing raucous. I called you a patronizing bastard because that's what you were being. You wouldn't have taken that tone if I were a guy, or an orc, or a troll. You talked down to me like I was your little sister or something. Guess what? I'm not.
Whoa, hold up. I talked that way because you...
She shouts over him, cutting him short. Also punch back? It's a funny way of putting it. You tailored an ESP to troll all of my posts on Shadowrun. What kind of prick does that? Would do that kind of thing? His face goes beet red and his chest puffs out.
The kind whose cat you had killed, you little monster.
Captain Whiskers was just a house cat. He didn't do anything, have anything to do with this. Isabel rears back and indicates, that wasn't me. I would never hurt a cat. If I were going to have someone killed, it would have been you. Pipe down, both of you. We're gonna hash this out together.
You're the muscle, I take it? You and your friend here have a really impressive... you and your friend and his really impressive drone. Thank you. Spasiba.
Rocher scuttles forward menacingly, his claws waving in the air. Doctor smiles. Rhombus's voice goes up and up. He points a trembling finger at Isabel.
She, brought you along to beat information out of me, didn't she? Beat isn't the word I'd use. Rocher is better equipped for ripping and tearing.
He gives the one poet an encouraging nod.
A good thought, though. You have a firm grasp of the situation.
Rhombus swallows, hard. He opens his mouth to speak, but no words come out. His eyes are locked on the drone that's slowly scuttling towards him. You know, slowly and scuttling are not two words I would expect to be in the same sentence, but here we are. I'm just a woman with a job, and Isabel tells me that you have something that can help me do it.
I can't believe that this is happening to me. All over me trying to do you a favor?
He shakes his head at Isabel.
Teach me to try and give a friend some advice, I guess.
It's the second time you've said that. This whole feud started over you trying to give Isabel some advice.
Yes. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Maybe I was trying to tell her what kind of ram to pick up for a deck? Something like that? A long time ago.
It wasn't what you said, Rhombus. It's how you said it. She stares up at him, fuming, and the argument was nothing. It was what you did after the argument that was unforgivable.
And the moral high ground isn't going to work for you here. You attacked me first for no reason.
Okay, so from what I'm getting here, you both hate each other, but you were friends, right? Once, I guess.
You guess? You had me perform amateur brain surgery on you.
Oh, you begged me to.
We were friends, Isabel. Good friends. And then you went and messed it all up.
Amateur brain surgery? Please explain what that means. What the hell has this all been all about? My memories. The ones about my childhood. The ones that I've lost. They aren't gone. They're in the headwear storage, locked behind an encryption key. Got them. I can't see them without it.
That was your idea, is keeping them, I mean. You told me to hold on to the key for you, just in case you ever needed them back.
I know, promise. But after everything that had happened, I couldn't just ask you to...
You want the encryption key for the memories that we locked away? It's yours. I don't envy you the pain that you'll feel when you unlock them, but they do belong to you.
The key's a series of buttons on his PDA. Isabel's PDA buzzes a moment later.
There, check your inbox. You've got the key. Do with it what you will. I was holding on to it for you anyway.
Isabel blinks confusedly. I thought we were enemies now.
We were. There was no reason for us to be. Just take the key and go. Have a nice life.
He waves her off. He looks exhausted. Say nothing. Isabel stares at Rhombus, a neutral expression on her face. Finally, she speaks up.
I'm sorry, Rhombus. Don't know how things got as bad as they did, but... sorry.
Her voice goes solemn.
Going to find out what happened. Oscars. I promise you that. Be nice of you, Iz. I appreciate it.
Almost bashfully, his gaze flips to the ground. He looks away, color surges to his cheeks.
Oh, and Iz, got something of an admission to make.
Isabel rolls her eyes.
I get it, always liked me. Hate to break it to you. Never that big of a secret. No, that's why you...
His eyes go wide. He raises his hands, palm, shakes his head.
What? No, Iz, no, that's not it at all. I mean, you're a nice girl and all, but just... no.
Color rushes to her cheeks.
Oh, but then... what? My panic button.
He flips his sleeve inside out. You can see a blinking red LED embedded in the fabric.
I tripped it when you broke in. Cops are on their way, but... wait, don't freak out. I'll call them off for you.
Thanks. He shuffles her feet.
Friends 4. You just wait here. I'll go meet them in the hall and draw them off to another room. Take 2 seconds. Oh, and Iz... was nice catching up with you. Good luck with the whole memory thing. You're gonna need it.
She nods mutely. Rhombus takes off at a run, disappears down the hall. Stand back, please. This is a police matter. Good thing, officer. Keep up the good work. Enjoy the show. Well, that's that. Oh, thank you for the stretch. Good stretch. I got a lot of good back pops out of that one. Yep. Loading. The bus trip back to Kai-Tak is quieter than the ride in was. Your fellow passengers sit crumpled in their seats, barely moving, speaking. Their DECCON 2056 t-shirts hang loosely on their frames, and their once cherished guest badges have been crumpled into their... You've seen more lively groups on their way to the morgue. Isabel looks up at you, her eyes full of the same post-con fatigue that you see in everyone else's. She gives you a small smile, then taps her temple with a fingernail. Got what you came for. Show is over. It's time to go home. Maybe? Maybe not. Ooh, 8-hole karma, huh? Oh yeah, we'll go ahead and hit that +2 dodge. Then we've got a long haul until we can do that again. No unread messages. Alright, Isabel. Let's have a talk then, shall we? Isabel half turns away from the octopus's main display. She looks up at you, thinking. The memory stick that you acquired from Rhombus has already been slotted into one of those expansion slots. Oh, go back there. Done went well. Guys, flip down to the memory stick. You got the stick. Key to my old memories. Do now is slot it in. You haven't unlocked it yet? No. Not yet. I mean, I can. It's as simple as plugging myself in and tapping a key. My old memories are all mine if I... But you're not sure that you want. She nods. That's about the shape of it. Feeling hesitant about this. It isn't easy, you know. Shifting organic memories in the headware storage, wiping the originals and locking them away for safekeeping. That's corporate level mind sculpting. Serious business. Locking the files away was important to you. Got that? Very important. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have let an amateur tinker in my brain with the corner of a derelict shopping mall. Whatever I've got up there, it's desperate to get rid of it. Makes a girl wonder why. Tell me, Isabel, would it have been easier for you to have Rhombus just wipe the memories altogether? She blinks. Yes, much easier. Still not without risk, but you didn't do that. Had to move the memories into storage. Why? Because I knew that one day I might need them. Oh, hello?
Mom, can you help me get a snack off the high shelf?
Sure thing, sweetie, but aren't you taller than me at this point?
Yeah, but you have that grabby spell that I don't.
Alright, I'll be with you in just a second. And today's that day. We need information on the Walled City and whatever's locked up away in there. It'd help. Another long pause. Isabel stares at her feet, thinking. Finally, she looks back up at you. You're right. I know that. I knew it before we went to get the code. Just needed to talk through it with someone. Oh, got it. Someone who could take the situation seriously. I needed to talk. Glad to be of help. Without another word, she pulls a cable from a pile on the floor, and slots it into her data jack. The other end disappears into one of the octopus's many brains. The fingers fly across the octopus's keyboard, rattling off a series of audible clicks. Finally, your thumb hovers over the execute key. Wait, nothing. Wish me luck. You'll return to find out what the results of that are after these five minutes, okay? So, everyone stand up, stretch, and refresh your refreshments. I'll see you on the other side of the 5. Okay, so I think we're a little bit low on snacks at the moment, but you've obviously got your eye on something specific. Isabel's noggin. The key depresses with an audible click. Isabel's eyes flutter, cheeks flush with blood. Oh no. No. She starts shaking her head side to side, wringing her hands. A progress bar on Octopus's auxiliary monitor slowly clicks. Oh, fuck. What's happening, Isabel? Are you okay? The progress bar climbs to 100. Isabel snatches the cable back out of her data jack and covers her eyes with her hands. She's shivering. She clutches her temples with the palms of her hands. Now I remember why I didn't want these anymore. These are your memories, Isabel. You can handle them. Not like this, I can't. Thank you very much for the actual size. These are years of bad memories, all let out of the box at once. It's overwhelming. It's horrible, and I want it to stop. I couldn't remember things that happened to friends of mine, to relatives, things I watched happen. Oh. Is there anything I can do to help? Nothing comes to mind. Her voice is ragged. Ah, these memories are crystal clear. It's like all of this shit happened yesterday. I can remember watching friends die. I can see their screaming faces just as clearly as I did the day it happened. It's like watching a great show, but it's my life, and it's real. Isabel, focus. Is there anything in there that can... She screws her eyes shut in concentration. Beads of sweat hang heavy on her brow. I think so, yes. It'll take more time for me to sift through all of this. She opens her eyes again, looks up at you. I'll hold on to these memories for as long as I can. Hopefully long enough to reveal something useful. No promises beyond that. Thank you, Isabel. Don't thank me yet. It's still cracking half an hour by the fire. She gives you a weak half smile. Best not to though. One thing that does jump out at me though, I almost archived some software up here. She taps her temple with a fingernail. It's sitting on top of the memories, all wrapped up like a present. I don't know why he did it. It's like a combat pack. My interest is officially piqued. It's interesting, yeah. I have to study it to know what it does for sure. It's like some sort of basic attack application. I think maybe I can use it. There's some good news. It's all very exciting. But now just give me some space, okay? She turns away, shivering. Like I said, it's gonna take time for me to make sense of this stuff. Alright. I'll give you some space then. Good. Go. Now. Alright. Let's see. We got about another hour of stream. You know what? Let's try and see if we can get another run in. Not gonna delay, not gonna go check in with any other people, I'm just gonna try and get another run in. Travel to the Renraku warehouse in Tolo Harbor to ambush Gaichu's old Red Samurai unit. Yeah. Alright, let's bring Isabel. Just for the sake of the thing. Yes. The Tolo Harbor Industrial Complex, a sprawling maze of warehouses, auto fabrication facilities, shipping container mazes, and corporate power. Something corporate owned is shipped through Hong Kong. It invariably moves through these streets. Renraku shipping facility lies far enough away at the heart, or from the heart of Tolo Harbor, that they won't have to worry about corporate security other than the on-site guards. Renraku's extraterritoriality means that any fighting won't risk backup from Rent-A-Cop. Alright, we should be good for a quick. As you exit the MTR and step onto into the Tolo Harbor streets, you're blessedly spared from rain. An ebb in the constant monsoon combined with sweltering heat has left the concrete, and your body, blessedly free of moisture. Raichu casts a glance at you, and he nods in satisfaction.
This is the facility. Past that fence is the warehouse and test laboratories. Ishida and his team should arrive here mere minutes. We breach their defenses.
With initial opposition will be great.
While the Red Samurai provide a good backup team, there are too few of them to mount a standing guard. This means that we'll be forced facing standard Renraku security forces. While they are not as potent as better equipped security, knight errant for instance, they're still skilled combatants.
Isabel puts a fist on one hip, looking up at Gaichu.
So these guys aren't as potent as meat spaces that are Matrix counterparts? Securitech International is nothing to scoff at. They're generally guarding the heavy-duty posts. No. Not as well equipped or trained as their Securitech brethren. Still, they carry a variety of assault weapons and wear heavy armor. Are above average opponents, so it would behoove you not to underestimate them.
Ooh, there's a drone prototype. Oh, right, because, yeah, that makes sense, We're here to nudge the drone prototype. Go around to get to those medical. Spot. Oh. Well. Okay then. I just tried to waltz right in. Here we are. Oops. My bad. This is the thing that has happened, exactly. Bring the Wolfhound up. Heal up a little bit further. And then I'm gonna get a little further out of the way. Gaichu, I'm gonna go ahead and have you just attack.
Experience B.
Yeah, no, ow. I truly am right now. That was on me.
Rejoice in the glory of combat!
You weren't there, ow. Now, right now, is it apparently just smack Sheela with stuff at this, for the next 3 minutes? You know, I should program like a Coinpocalypse redeem That's just a million coins just... Thank you very much for the Parawiggler. Let's see. Shaking some sense into me? Okay, fair enough. Oh. Neat. Let's spit at you. Then... Alright, Raptor. Please bring out Koshei. Guy's down. That guy's down. Then we're gonna go ahead and shoot at this guy. Oh look, he's down. Oh! Zipped my own guy for a few damage there. Sorry about that. Nice. Well, that happened. Let's grab some medical supplies, why don't we? It's almost as if they expected me to be a dumbass. The access panel is unlocked. Peering inside, you notice there are connections to building systems such as cameras and electrical. Isabel, will you grab the camera feed off this for me? Sure thing. Deftly rattling out commands on her cyber deck, Isabel shakes her head. Amateur security. Strictly amateur. Right? Take the security camera feed to your PDA. Comlink screen springs to life, and you're suddenly viewing what must be the interior of the facility. Two of Renraku's security officers are clustered around a wall panel that appears to be malfunctioning. This thing's giving me trouble all week. Gas pressure control circuits running 55 amps, running at a... Yeah, whoa. Okay, hang on a second. What the fuck? Numbers... HPS. What are you doing? This thing's been giving me trouble all week. The gas pressure control circuit's running 55 amps, running at 100,000 volts. Anytime there's a glitch in the system, it shorts out. I don't know what to tell you, I ain't a mechanic. Like, 100,000 volts is bonkers. Yeah, like that's power a small city-state insane. Actually, what is the output of a nuclear reactor, Osiris? Can you look that up real quick? Because, like, that's a bonkers level of voltage. 55 amps at 100,000 volts. Uh-huh. I'm just gonna overload the fuses. Just fuck it. Fuck those guys. Panel explodes in a shower of pressurized gas and sparks, searing armor and burning exposed flesh. It would do more than burn them a little bit. That's 5.5 million watts. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so those two guys are stunned. Maybe? Oh, except not really. Okay, duly noted. Oh, Guardian, you're up. Yeah, good stuff going on with this boss fight, but two motherfuckers just got stunned. Lamau. Oofa doofa. Ooh, you hate to see it. Speaking of flanking, though. Wolfhound, you are also up. That guy is toast. And how about that guy? But that aspect shift with more damage but taking damage makes you grab motherfucking healer and you one-shot a motherfucker. Ooh, fine. Alright, I am gonna tuck behind this wall here real quick. I choose you. Let's bring up Koshe. Down. Over here and Overwatch this way. Oh, that's where we have an enemy at. Oh, good. That just burned my basic dock wagon kit. Oh, good. Well, everyone in this fight is hitting abnormally hard. My Wolfhound has already burned its one med kit for the mission. Fortunate. I have a feeling we probably want to hold on to those stun grenades, unfortunately. So an average nuclear power plant outputs 1 gigawatt, which is 1,000 megawatts, and a megawatt is 1,000 watts. So we're talking 1 million watts, roughly, if I've translated that correctly. Yeah? Or is it a factor of 100 or a factor of 10? That's not what I wanted to use, but sure. A 1,000 watts is 1 gigawatt. Something's not lining up there, buddy. Because if 1,000 watts is 1 gigawatt... Yeah, no, I was gonna say... I would like to slice and dice this fool, please. 1,000 watts equals 1 kilowatt. 1,000 kilowatts equals 1 megawatt. 1,000 megawatts is 1 gigawatt. So, yeah, a nuclear reactor puts out approximately 1 million watts. And they were saying that this one facility is putting out 5.5 million watts. Incredibly bad math. Or a ridiculous level of energy. As you barge into the office, the lone scientist within leaps back to cower against the desk as he is working it. Don't hurt me, please. A split second later, the scientist stands upright. Expression of profound shock spreads across his face, and he takes an involuntary half-step towards Gaichu. Wait, it's you. Saru. The man's amazement is apparent in his voice, which barely rises above a whisper. Renraku management said you were dead, but I knew they were lying. But I didn't expect that you would be the one to answer my request. This is a good omen, my friend. Gaichu, in turn, seems just as surprised as the Renraku. Indeed. We were lied to. The shame the Red Samurai suffered due to their inability to kill me is undoubtedly something they wish to hide. I'm glad to see that you are well, but I am no longer Saru. Your name is long gone. Now I am Gaichu. You know this man, Gaichu? Oh. 1 gigawatt is 1 billion watts. Oh, okay. So I went one step too far then. Still though, that's a pretty damn impressive number. Yes, his name is Tanjiro Sasaki. Senior researcher. He's served Renraku for more than a decade. Gaichu smiles faintly, waving a hand toward Tanjiro. Do you remember how I said I had guarded similar facilities? They're usually in service of protecting Tanjiro's projects. Tanjiro is slowly relaxing, although the tremors in his hands indicate adrenaline is still thick in his blood. It's true, and believe me, I can help you with what you're here for. Not quite. We're here for a few reasons. Tanjiro scowls. No fixer got the job because I've arranged this. Why do you think it was so easy to get here? I'm not just here for the drone, but to fake someone's death. My death. If a group of heavily armed Shadowrunners breaks in here, it's completely believable that I would be killed in the process. Tanjiro lets out a heavy sigh and wipes his brow. As of right now, I've suppressed the alarms. I can undo that, and once I've reached a safe distance, I will. The samurai will arrive just a moment too late to save the research, and me. We've already helped you. What can you do for us? The Red Samurai team will rush into this building as soon as the alarms are released. I'll give you the code I wrote into my Overwatch. Just use it on one of the security mainframes when you're ready. Have time to set up an ambush. Any ambush you like. Cradling his chin in one hand, Gaichu's eyes narrow. Typically, we'd send the main force in through the front, leaving one team member aside to flank the opposition. It would be advantageous for us to isolate one of them and pick them off before the main force engages us. Tanjiro snaps his fingers suddenly, looking at Gaichu. You can use the quarantine room. It can be programmed to destroy contaminants or apply lethal amounts of electricity. Regardless of which you pick, it should certainly kill anyone attempting to pass through it. Yes, so that could work. Gaichu nods to you, expression bright. If we were to make the quarantine room look like the point of ingress, we would send at least one of the team there, while the main team squad utilized standard routes.
namely entering through the front door. Madam, we should let Tanjiro go. He's given us more than enough to accomplish the task at hand, and he is a friend of sorts. Sorry, Mom came to him.
Okay. Get out of here, Tanjiro. Tanjiro bows low.
Thank you. You have no idea what it's been like being under Renraku's thumb. Giving me the chance to start again. Hopefully with a better life.
He turns to face Gaichu, smiling faint.
And you. It's because of you that I found the strength to leave Renraku. They couldn't find or kill you as a sign that I could escape as well. I am your tenacity, your drive. Thank you, Tanjiro. It means more to me than I think you know.
Gaichu points toward the door.
Go. They'll be coming for us soon enough. I want you to be well out of here when they arrive.
Nodding, Tanjiro bolts towards the door. Alright, so we've got several things we can do here. Ooh, it's back here. Good thing there's medical supplies. Oh, maybe some pay data? We've got a little square area there. This is a weird little zigzag. Oh, I see. Oh. Well, that was basically gonna happen. Let's drop an assassin in here. If only to give ourselves some clearance. Ooh, just barely. Oh, there's two of them there. Okay. Shit. Oh, I don't like that missed. Alright, we've got this, we've got this. That's time for some Simon Says. You're an option. You are no longer an option. Maybe. That way. Elevator door. Key to store. Oh. Fuck. Alright, so first things first. Assassin. We don't have enough for a suppression. Which is unfortunate. Ooh, I slipped through a corner there. All right, successful. Anything else down this direction? No, there is nothing spicy or interesting to see there. Alright, let's head downstairs and see what they're keeping down there. Very curious. Oh, I don't like that violin sting. Or the fact that we gained karma just for coming down here. So we'll take this med kit. Set the quarantine room trap, locate the drone prototype. Oh, I see. Okay. So we have... Is there really nothing else for me to get with down here? Like, merely moving the barrels down here might have been setting the trap. We bait the quarantine room. Other team members will move through it to flank us. Since Tanjiro's program gives us access to their comm channels, we can choose who to draw in. The other three will enter through the front door.
We can bait the quarantine room to draw in one of the samurai. Split up, it won't deviate from standard protocol very much. The remaining 3 will remain together. We have 3 choices. We can bring in Sasaki and eliminate her magical support. We could draw in Takagawa, cut down his long-range sniper fire. Or we can draw in whoever the heavy gunner is. Only draw in 1, however.
Why not the leader? The captain?
No, I need to face Ishida myself. This is a reckoning that has been years in coming.
Raichu waves a dismissive hand.
Besides, the commander will never separate from the majority of the squad. Unless there is no other choice.
Alright, let's bait it for the mage then. How did the prototype drone? Alright. I'm gonna double check just to make sure I'm not missing something at basement. Okay. Oh, hello?
Someone's flirting with Dad again.
Okay, are they just flirting because he's on stage, or are they, like, messing with him badly?
Well, he sent me to get you.
Alright, good point, good point. Shit, no turn goal. But you're too tired to try again and just want to progress through the story. Aww. Valid, but aww, nonetheless. Alright, hang on. I'm gonna go check downstairs one more time to make sure that I didn't miss anything before I start this fight. Like, either way, we're starting the fight after the break, but I just want to make sure. Aha. Okay, so we can force them down here as well. This feels like a more focused area. There's less cover for them than there is for me, so I think I'm going to do the fight down here. Oh, you didn't do perfect turn for a beginning of the game. Oh, okay. Interesting. But anywho, we'll be back in 5 or so minutes. I'm going to go see who's bothering V, and we'll return for our final section of the day, okay? Alright, so everyone stand up, stretch. Yeah. Yes, so, yeah, stand up, stretch, refresh your refreshments. I'll see you all in 5 or so minutes, okay? Alright. Alright, is it a local, or is it somebody who's, like, just traveling and doesn't know better? see if we can get the second one done. The terminal glows blankly, waiting your command to unsuppress the alarm system and tap into the Red Samurai communications channel. Can't guide you. Your friends are inbound. Kaiju licks his lips in anticipation.
Well, they will learn what it is to face me in true combat. Running, no more hiding. Tonight, we end this for good.
I really need to get a rifle for my main character. Right, Koshi. Yuta over there. Oh, I see. No, that actually feels bad. Oh, I've made a mistake. So I feel like that's gonna tell the enemy AI to just stand in the turn there. Crochet. Alright, Ishida is down. Kind of a shame that it happened as a result of an Overwatch, but, you know, I'll take it. Real quick, Raptor, would you please accelerate Koshi? There we go. There we go. Ishida lies on the cold tile, gasping for breath. His armor is rent and tattered. His eyes still burn with rage. He spits at Gaichu as you approach.
Gaichu, hopeless or honorless cur. I regret the day I ever began teaching you. Truly depraved to kill your own brothers rather than submit to what is right. Gaichu, yes, is my name. Everything of Mount, it's been taken.
Gaichu's lifts the tip of his sword, placing it squarely on Ishida's chest.
What is honor? It's built on a lie. What is duty if the dogma behind it is corrupt?
Narrowing his eyes, the red samurai presses his chest upwards into the blade so that it begins to gouge his arm.
What do you think of it, vermin? Every red samurai who has become subhuman has taken their life. Every one but you. You are a disgrace to the Order, and a disgrace to your people.
Big words coming from a fascist. Gaichu bares his teeth in a wicked grin.
For years, you were taught that to be pure was to be powerful. Metahumans, the infected and the deformed, were to be scorned for their weakness. Here I stand. There you lie. Broken. You think a victory over Sasaki, Takagawa, and me made you superior?
Ishida's mouth twists into a curve. Cool, sorrowful smile.
You'll spend the rest of your useless days cowering in the darkness, eating the flesh of your betters. You're no better than an animal, skilled though you may be.
Snarling in fury, Gaichu hurls his katana. He reaches out to grab Ishida by his collar, making him up so that their faces are only an inch up.
You, said the red samurai, best, the strongest, the most capable. Those who were non-human were unworthy of consideration. You told me I would be better having joined you. But it's a lie. I was infected and I became better than I was. Your own blindness allowed me to escape, blind to my skill and blind to the power of the impure.
Gaichu lifts one hand, claws glittering in the pale warehouse light. His fingers splay out like an array of knives.
I was not superior because I was Red Samurai. I was Red Samurai because I was superior. I choose my own fate. I make my own destiny.
The ghoul draws his hand back, jagged shark's teeth bared as he presses them to Ishida's ear.
I will show you the strength of my disease, Ishida. I will make you like me, and you will be cast out, just as I will. Survived and remained intact, as I have the will to do so. Can you say as much?
Reap what you sow, Ishida. Ishida's head falls back as he laughs, but the laughter turns to bloody cough.
You think I'll let you infect me, monster? I'll do what you were too weak to do. I'll take my own life, like the 47 Ronin of old. Such a foolish boy. Foolish? You underestimate the old man.
Gaichu drops Ishida, his head bouncing off the tiled floor with a sharp crack.
If I cripple your arms, you will have no means to kill yourself. The disease will burn through you like fire, consuming every inch of your human.
At this, Ishida stiffens, his eyes go cold with resolution.
We shall see, Gaichu. If you are wrong, I shall meet you again in my next life. Try to teach you to do better.
Do what you will. This is between the two of you. Gaichu nods to you, turning his back to Ishida.
I will show you inner weakness.
The sounds that follow are viscerally, intensely horrible. The crunch of bone mates with the sound of wet flesh, tearing under the pressure of dragged ghoul. And as a high counterpoint becomes Ishida's screaming horror, pain. Undoubtedly some measure of terror at what Gaichu is doing to him. Eventually, Ishida passes out. Gaichu rises, wiping copious amounts of blood from his mouth, back of his hand.
It is accomplished. He is unconscious, but he... Let us be done with this.
Well, there's that one. Stunned and or dead. The sun's rays paint Hong Kong's mountains in a palette of orange and gold as they speed by outside the train. With a final flash, the sun dips below the horizon, foretelling the inevitable descent to night. Gaichu is silent as you walk back to the MTR station. His body remains as tense as the cables on a suspension bridge. His expression is triumphant. Ishida has been punished. All that awaits him is a slow descent into possible madness. Nice, just enough to raise next level. Let's go talk to Gaichu, and after that conversation I think we'll be done for the day. Dim cabin's air is thick with the pungency of incense. A small, rudely constructed altar sits near Gaichu's box of mementos. It consists of a wooden box, a few trinkets, and a bowl of burning incense. Gaichu himself is polishing his sword again. He runs a claw along, feeling and listening for nicks and dents.
Good evening, madam. Fine evening, isn't it?
He puts the sword aside and smiles in your general direction.
What can I do for you?
I sort of assumed you'd want to talk about what team.
Of course, I have thoughts about it. Why would I burden you, or anyone else, with them? If you would like to talk about it, we may, by all means. I am a private person by name. This is why I did not seek you out to speak on it.
Of course I want to talk about it. You okay?
Curious question. I, the one who survived, who has now shed his old entirely, who no longer need worry about assassins on his heels. Yes, I am more than all right. I'm free. The team is all dead, save for Ishida. He will know what it's like to feel the disease burn through his brain, stripping logic and artistry, leaving only hunger in its wake. It is done, certainly be an animal. I remain. I am. Gaichu, let me speak, act as a free being.
Gaichu grins thinly, cradling his chin in one hand.
There is some poetic justice in this, I feel. His claims of my weakness, mirrored by his own descent into feral madness. And yet here I am, one with enough willpower to survive, prosper, despite my ill fortune.
It was your choice. So long as you stand by it, that's what matters.
Thank you for standing by. The ability to choose consciously is what sets me apart from other ghouls. Understand, Ishida was the product of the same training that shaped me, but, like me, has never had the training proven wrong. He always believed he was the strongest, the best, and that he was unbeatable by lesser creatures. Never have learned. His xenophobia and arrogance would have ruled him his entire life. Men like Ishida are the reason that Japan refuses to accept that the awakening was a natural affair, and ships metahumans to Yomi Island. I was taught that people like Duncan, Gobbet, and Isobel are subhuman. Yet I have seen what they can accomplish. I am impressed.
What did you think of that last mission?
And this is what we are already talking about.
Gaichi says, cocking his head. Has killing your old unit changed your outlook on life, though?
Yes, I think it has. My lesson to Ishida should not end with him. If becoming a ghoul has allowed me to prosper and become stronger, surely I should hone my instincts just as my training honed my swordsmanship. If I can apply the same focus to my new nature as I did to my skills in combat, I am certain I can prove that to be a ghoul is only to be different, not lesser. I knew this before, logically. I don't feel it. To know and feel are different things entirely. Regardless, Cheetah's sword is now mine. It is a newer blade than my own, and appears to be made with some manner of stacote process, along with the tungsten carbide edge.
He lifts the katana, running one claw down the back of the...
I have noticed a marked improvement in my speed when using it, particularly with follow-through moves. Should an enemy fall to the sword, I reposition much more rapidly.
You regret having to kill your unit? Gaichu cocks his head as he ponders. After a long moment, he shakes his head.
No, do not believe I do. We were locked in a dance that would only end in their death We chose that path, consciously or not. I am unwilling to die so that they could live. I value my life, even changed as it is. Their insistence on following the strictures of their duty ensured this end, just as surely as my refusal to die did. I regret only that the circumstances and training led us to this point. You were still family to me, in the end. But if your family turned on you, tried to kill you, you would still defend yourself.
What will you do now? Gaichu recoils, expressed in one of rank incredulity.
Surely you are joking with me. I will stay here, aid you in your endeavors. I have no other life to turn to, or anyone else to call friend. As you have aided me, so too I'll aid you. This life in the shadows is the most free and open I have ever felt. I have no desire to go or do anything else. Perhaps later I will, but not anytime soon.
Have a good night then.
And the same to you, my friend.
I revel in the complexity of the characters in this game. Guess we're gonna sell the experimental drone. We send a quick email to Kindly Ching informing her of the drone you've recovered from Renraku. A few moments later, a message pops onto the screen.
Brave of you to do side work without telling me. Stupid. Take your pick. Luckily, Auntie Cheng knows plenty of buyers for your new toy. I'll send a finder's fee over to you right away.
Some pay data. Nothing on the Shadowland. Alright. Let's take a look at it, shall we? A couple of minutes. Looks like a drone's map here. I feel like there's going to be something a little better than what I'm using right now at some point. I'm gonna hold on to my cash, but it's a little tough, you know? I want better drones now. I was actually kind of hoping that that experimental drone could become mine, but it's better than I not have anything that's tagged with a corporate logo, I suppose. Alright, so we've been going for about 3.5 hours. We actually managed to get 2 missions done. Honestly, kind of a shocker. Because usually even finishing out one mission stresses the timeline. But let's head over to the Just Chatting screen and see where I can send you all off to, shall we? Well, today has been a busy day. We helped out both Isabel and Gaichu. Pretty much the only person that we haven't really helped out at this point is our brother, plus doing all of the main stories. I will have to go and check and see if that mission from Strangler Bao was actually important, though, because that's making me nervous. But in any case, thank you very much for being with me today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. And I'm planning to be back on Tuesday, August 25th. Thank you very much for the coin toss. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm planning to be back on Tuesday, August 25th with a Hightail stream. That may get interrupted by a show gig if the thing I'm hoping to work on Monday gets extended, but it's not looking like it will. We're supposed to be done by the evening of Monday. But we'll see. I'll keep an eye on our Blue Sky for, announcements about that sort of thing. Let's see, what will we be doing on Tuesday? Oh, right, so Hightail. So if we do get to stream on Tuesday, we'll be making more progress on the roofs for the walkways that we started last time. There's a good deal of mining that I need to do to get supplies for that, but we'll do it. We'll do it when we get there. But as I said before, keep an eye on our Blue Sky at Come and Go Tavern for announcements and daily check-ins from the Come and Go. I have been your hostess, Sheela Ornthalis, and if you need to prop your feet up for a little while longer, we've got some more entertainment coming up soon for you via a raid. So let's see who is online right now, and who I can send you all off to. Let's see. Toxan is doing a big walk. Let's go bother them. All right, folks. Ta-ta for now. Say hi to Toxan for me, and I will see you all next time. Bye. 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 Bye.